When did the FBI first get wind of this email? Then I'm asking what the email is.
Sure. Well, my colleagues Karin Demirjian and Devlin Barrett are reporting that the FBI actually got a hold of this memo about an email in March, which would have been 4 months before then Director Comey got
March of 2016.
March of 2016, 4 months before last July, when Director Comey got up and announced that he was not going to that Hillary Clinton was not going to be prosecuted, but then absolutely blistering her over her email practices.
All right. This was an explosive issue. The email, which the FBI never actually saw, they just got a report. What was supposedly in this explosive email?
Well, what was in the email was it was 3 levels of hearsay. It was basically Attorney General Loretta Lynch assuring a Democratic operative that she was going to protect Hillary Clinton in this email investigation. This was never going to get to a prosecution. But that hearsay, according to the memo, gets passed along to the chairman of the Democratic Party, who then passes it along to an operative for George Soros. Now, again, this is 3 levels of hearsay, and what the Post discovered was that it's among people who barely know each other and have not
most of them don't know each other. All right, after the July 5th press conference, when Comey essentially, in my word, went rogue, he had that press conference without talking to his boss, Loretta Lynch. She was the subject in part of this email saying she was going to quash the Hillary Clinton investigation. When did the FBI talk to her?
Not until after the announcement.
And according to the Washington Post, she said she doesn't know any of these people, and they were talking to her on background, essentially. But she said, I'll do a formal interview, and you can talk to everybody on my staff, right?
And beyond that, it turns out that the operative for the Clinton campaign, who supposedly had this information, knew a Loretta Lynch, but it was another person named Loretta Lynch. So it was a complete...
And Debbie Wasserman Schultz was named in it. And when the Washington Post contacted her, she said she didn't know any of these people. Did the FBI ever contact her?
The FBI finally, the Washington Post had a conversation with her about this. All of the contacts that should have been made in the 4 months that the FBI had access to this memo didn't get made until after Director Comey announced his decision on not to prosecute Hillary Clinton.
Right. This is the way it looks to me. It looks like this very damning information about the Attorney General, which turns out to be false, was one of the reasons that Director Comey bypassed her and held that July 5th press conference, although he included the fact that Bill Clinton had met with Loretta Lynch on the tarmac. He said he didn't trust her, but they never bothered to talk to Loretta Lynch until a month later, and she offered to tell all, but they're on the record, essentially, and they never bothered to contact anybody else. And now Director Comey didn't want to talk about it, saying that it was classified. And to me, it doesn't look classified. It looks like he didn't want to be outed for making a big blunder.
Well, I think the big significance here, the big picture, is that when we have been talking about Russian efforts to influence the last presidential election, we have been talking about efforts to influence public opinion, whether it was with leaking emails or putting, wallpapering the internet with fake stories. This suggests a whole different level where the Russians were actually trying to influence the decision-making processes within the FBI as they are trying to decide whether to prosecute Hillary Clinton.
But how painful that the head of the FBI or the FBI could be duped, and how painful that they don't investigate, do basic things, and it isn't until the Washington Post comes along and the Washington Post does a simple thing of picking up the phone.
Well, that is it's extraordinary. And again, it was not like they were having to move quickly on this. They had this memo
that they acted on, that they apparently acted on.